Yeah?
92% of the people are just watching us drive around in cars. Because I'm mad.
Because of the percentage, because we're in the minority of people that can afford to have a car. So everybody else is just kind of watching. Did you hear that 1 billion people, and the number's a little less now, but when that film was made, 1 billion people had no access to clean water. That's crazy, isn't it? I mean, how hard is it for us to find water? There's communities that have to walk like 7 miles one way, and they take big, huge jugs and fill them up. Genevieve, what are you doing? Well, don't.
So am I allowed to talk?
That's right.
That's so cool. I plead the Constitution on my right to talk.
You can talk in the hall. Take her out in the hall.
Alright, fine, I'm gonna go to the hall.
Okay. So, what can you do about this? What was Rob Bell saying that you can do about this problem? Anyone? How many of you give regularly to something? How many of you give away money to something? What do you give away to?
I give away my blood to people that need it.
Okay. That's good. You have blood, you give it away? What do you give to?
Well, my mom and dad give money to American Red Cross.
Okay. Do you give money to? You don't have money? Okay.
I give money to the tri-faith, that part. Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Did you ever hear that? Who else? Rachel?
I give money to the Canadian Pay Kids Endowment almost on a weekly basis, and I also give time and a lot of other things to it.
Awesome.
NPR Public Radio.
You do? Your parents do. What about you?
Well,
Do you have any money?
yeah, but no, I listen to it.
Wait, you listen to money?
The radio.
The radio. Oh yeah. I give money to, I don't know, a bunch of different charities.
Like a French Starbucks. From Starbucks. Oh, this was something that
When I'm buying something and I have change, I put it in the little containers that say like, for like dogs or something.
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, something. I give money.
I give away old clothes to the Salvation Army.
You give away old clothes? Yeah.
I give
Anybody else give away old clothes when they're done using them?
Goodwill. I give it to my family.
Yeah. Goodwill. All right, now, I think I heard that a lot of you guys probably think that you don't have any money, right? So you're in junior high, poor you. Your parents have to buy everything for you. Your parents donate on your behalf. But I would like to argue that I see a lot of you guys come in here on Wednesday night with the Starbucks cup in your hand. And I don't think they just gave it to you. So you do have access to money.
We just steal it.
Yeah, you're borrowing it from your parents, or your parents are just giving it to you. You have access to money. So it is possible to say, okay, this money my parents have given me tonight, they gave me 10 bucks, maybe $1 of it can go to someone else. You know, that's like a 10% thing. Maybe $1, you go, maybe I'm not gonna spend all this money on myself.
Tonight I actually have to pay them back in chores.
All right.
Technically, you don't, it doesn't have to be money, it can be time. You can go to a homeless shelter and help pass out the soup. You can do a fundraiser. You can do a lot of things.
Very good point. Yeah, in the same way you think about, you know, what am I doing with my time? What do I want to do with my time? There is a certain aspect that you could give some of your time, like Rachel's saying, to help some other people. Okay.
I heard one time for this one girl's New Year's resolution, every time she went to Starbucks, she paid for the person in front of her for their drink too.
Awesome. That's a good one.
Well, every year my grandma and grandpa go to the Toys R Us, and for Christmas we buy gifts for the children at like their church that their parents don't have enough money to buy for them.
Awesome. That's a good thing to do. I don't think you're going to find a ton of poor people in Starbucks, so. But it's a good thought, you know, like, you know, pay for somebody's food somewhere. So think about that. Think about what you can do to give. I have another video that I think is interesting too. And I think it's kind of at the heart of why we don't help people, you know. Because there is this aspect that we don't always help people in need. So, by the way, we're on Affirmation 6 this week. Does anybody want to read it? Luke raised his hand first. He's a winner.
Standing as Jesus does with the outcast and oppressed, the denigrated and afflicted, seeking peace and justice with or without the support of others.
Okay. Do you know all those terms? No. The outcast, oppressed. Outcast, you know what that is, right? People that aren't accepted by society, so they live on the edges, right? You probably know some outcasts in your school. You're like, I would never talk to that person ever. Right. Oppressed are people that are constantly can't get out of their bad situation because of other people's dominance over them. So that would be like a form of oppression. If their system were set up in a way that you couldn't possibly get out of it. Afflicted, do you know what afflicted is?
No.
Really? Afflicted means like you maybe have a disease or you have a problem that you've been afflicted with. So afflicted means to like take on a problem that you can't get out of. And then denigrated means like put down by someone else. So that's what we're going to be looking at this month is what the Bible has to say and what we're supposed to do about those people that we see. Okay? So here's another video.
A little girl sits on her own, sucking her thumb in the middle of a busy shopping centre, looking scared and alone. So would you stop to see if she's okay? Well, more than 600 people didn't. As part of a TV experiment, two little girls were left alone on a London street to test the public's reaction to lost children. In the space of an hour, only one person stopped to see if the child needed help, while 616 walked on by. 7-year-old Uma was taken to Victoria Place shopping centre next to Victoria Station and left on her own, but with tight security around her.
I've got a whole cluster of people. So hard to watch people just walk by and ignore her.
Her 5-year-old sister Maya also takes part in the experiment, and at one stage a couple find her in their path and simply walk either side without stopping. Their mother, who watched from a short distance away, says it was shocking and heartbreaking to watch so many people ignore her children when they were clearly alone and vulnerable. The experiment has highlighted the fact that many people now feel too scared of other people's perceptions to stop to help a young person. But the NSPCC says an adult's responsibility to protect a child should supersede these concerns. Little Girl Lost, a Police 5 special, airs on Tuesday the 25th of March at 6:30 p.m. on Channel 5.
What do you guys think of that?
That's sad, like people should go help her.
600 people walked by this little girl that obviously looked like, you know, she was either like lost or worse. 600 people. Why do you think they did that?
They're sad.
Shout it out.
People just really didn't like care that much, I don't think. They just walked by and they're like, oh, they didn't really notice her. Oh.
Do you think that that sort of thing happens like in our situation with people that we don't really see?
Yeah, and I think people ignored her. I think people ignored her because everyone thought someone else was going to do something.
That's a really good point. Yeah. Luke, shout out.
Maybe they were afraid of like being called a predator because they were.
Yeah, that could be. So that could account for like 3 to 13 people. And you had your hand up.
Oh, I was gonna say.
You're both gonna say the same thing? Rachel?
People probably just were so caught up in their own lives that they didn't notice the poor girl.
Yeah. I mean, I think we all can fall victim to that sort of mentality that, oh, it'll be okay. That person will be okay. I'm busy, right? I have to get to wherever, and somebody else will help. Forgot. Oh, okay. Go ahead. Say it.
I was just gonna say that the kind of people think that they're all like nobody's alone and kids like they're always like first to be shown to like do something, even though there are kids alone.
So people assume that there was somebody with them. Yeah. Okay. But I think the point of the story, and it was an experiment, you know, I think the point of the story is that often we just ignore people that are in need. So we drive right on by, we walk right on by, and you know, you might see homeless people on street corners and stuff like that, or somebody drop their books, you know, on their way to class, and you just kind of walk on by, and it's that thing where we walk right on by, that's the problem. You know, that's the issue. It's not even like, what's the situation? It's like, how often do we just ignore what we see in a need? And, you know, there were about 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago now, there were all these talk shows on TV where they would expose these major troubles. So people would come on and just flat out fight on TV, and you know, like Jerry Springer. Have you ever seen Jerry Springer? Yeah, so he had this really terrible show where they find the people that just had the most ridiculous life, you know, and they do like testing on the father. Yes, you're the true father of this baby, and then they'd have this big fight, and it was really disgusting in society. But what the phenomenon is that you watch these shows, you know, you watch these shows that have this huge problem, and what do you do about it? Nothing. It's entertainment. You know, it's like watching Trump, you know, it's entertainment. And what are you doing about it? Nothing. You know, and so that develops in us this thing where we just ignore what have you ever seen somebody in need and you felt this kind of tug to help them, but then you had to kind of push that down because you had to get somewhere or something like that? You know, if you do that too many times, you're not gonna feel that tug anymore. You're just gonna be kind of callous to it. Like those people, 600 people walked by this little girl. Now maybe there was a big camera crew there, I don't know, but that's the point. Okay, so we're gonna look up some Bible passages and we're gonna do it in stations.
You said you were gonna text us when we needed our Bibles.
Ah, shoot.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't bring mine. Yeah.
Well, we'll make sure we got enough Bibles that we can look at. I'll have to write myself a note on that one. So let's see. We have 5. We have 5. Okay. Are you guys gonna be in here or somewhere else? So there's gonna be 5 stations. You guys will be one group, all right? And you guys will be another group. These 3 or 4 tables here. And you guys will be a group. And you guys are a group, and you guys are a group. So everybody go to a different station. So you're at a table with a leader. You're gonna look up the passage and discuss it. And then write your thoughts. Bring your paper and your Bible with you, and you'll discuss your thoughts on those passages.
Us on that table.
No, just that one.
Okay, so
And then they
go to the table. Discuss Bible.
So we're just doing our one, then we're
Just
gonna
your
come
one.
together.
All right.
So